Hey, you're now listening to Nasi Lemak Podcast. I'm Xiang Huan.
I'm Cynthia.
I'm Gia.
So, it's coming to the end of
2024.
2024. So now let's look into from January to December. What is the interesting news happens in Malaysia, our own country. So January, kita tahu we got an introduction of Padu. You all know what is Padu?
I just know it's something we need to register everything again. Is it? And then they aim to target kind of like, so that when they give those benefits, right? It's more target.
You register Padu? Did you?
No.
Did you register?
No.
Okay, Minister, now you have 3% didn't register to Padu here. You have the evidence now. Actually, in fact, they said this Padu, right? Even though if let's say you don't register yourself, you don't voluntarily register yourself, the government will still automatically register you into the Padu system.
Yeah, the government already have all our data.
Yeah, but then they said it might not be accurate, 100% accurate because it's not submitted by yourself. But I felt that even if I submit myself, right, I felt they will be still biased. Yeah, so if the government can auto-register us into Padu, that will be good. And then on January, very interesting, very proud for the Johorian like me, is basically our new Yang di-Pertuan Agong is actually Sultan from Johor, our Sultan Johor. So he was being crowned as the new Yang di-Pertuan Agong Malaysia, Sultan Ibrahim. And he is actually officially sworn in as a Malaysian 17 Yang di-Pertuan Agong on January 31st. Okay, so that is very much about January. So anything else that do I miss out for January?
You can move on to February directly.
Okay, so now let's go to February.
Okay, so in February, we have our ex-Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak, 50 discount on his jail sentence. So the story went like on 2nd February, former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak, 12 years jail sentence was reduced by half to 6 years. So it settings a new release date of 28 August 2028 lah.
Wow.
So his fine was also reduced from 210 million to 50 million. Wow.
That's a
Wow.
huge reduce.
Probably this discount thing, right, is a signature for Malaysia. Means that you salah already pun
Everything
just like
also got
our,
discount.
like what you say as our saman, you salah already also can discount a bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so now move on to March.
So on March, this incident it's very big that happens in Malaysia, which is the KK Mart and the Ala Socks controversy. So the story was about KK Mart. We all know the convenience store. They sold a socks that has Ala word printed on the socks, and then some influencer spotted these socks and then posted it on social media, and then it went viral, and then arguments lah. So to conclude is that the KK Mart, Supermart and its supplier, they apologized publicly, and also they removed the socks from their shelves, and also they apologized to His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim, the King of Malaysia, even though they apologized and legal action was taken, right? But they also plead guilty to charge for wounding religious feelings, and also were fined 60,000 each.
It's religious. We have to respect each other religious. We have to anyhow respect everything. I mean, what the best thing about Malaysia is that we have multi-religious, we have multi-races. That's the most beautiful thing about Malaysia. So still, we have to respect. We have to respect all religious, no matter what. Okay, so now moving into April. So April itself also not so good things, which is basically I'm pretty sure many people actually watch these particular clips on TikTok, especially TikTok, which is basically the Navy helicopters actually collide during the rehearsal. And this incident actually happened in April 23rd, which two Royal Malaysian Navy helicopters collide during the rehearsal on their 19th anniversary. So it's supposed to be a performance for their 19th anniversary. During the rehearsal, which is basically some small technical issue happens, which is basically the two helicopters actually collides to each other and causes 10 injuries and also fatalities. So the incident actually took place at Lumut, about 9:30 in the morning, which is also the home base for the Royal Malaysian Navy. And I wasn't too sure actually who actually filmed that particular clips that went viral on TikTok, but there is also a lot of netizens nearby the kampong, right? Also said they actually witnessed that particular moment. Yeah. So now let's move on to May.
Okay, May, this one it's about us. I mean, during May, there's an incident happens where Chinese are being labeled as Type C.
I wonder who designed that, like so smart way, like Type C.
Macam quite relevant, Chinese Type C. I'm sorry, because like a lot of people will think that it's a bit like controversy, like racism, something like that. But personally, I feel
found
like
it very funny.
yeah, like I don't know. I feel like just Chinese. You know how sometimes Malaysian we like to short form a lot of things. Yeah, so like Chinese Type C, I'm like okay. Also.
You know, I mean, sorry to I want to apologize first because in just like in my kampong, right, how we call our Indian friends are ne, we don't call them by name. So like how we went to those Indian mama shop, or even like when in my kampong, right, when we met our Indian friend, right, we were just like, hey, ane. I mean, it's just basically how we grow up and also how we build that kind of culture.
It's a friendly way to greet.
Yeah.
But it all started because of like a local fried chicken store.
Yep.
They start calling Chinese as Type C. And then like what I mentioned just now, the Type C trended on social media ma. And then after that, like they received like backlash and accusation of like racism. So, okay lah, end up also apologize, something like that. But personally, okay, I don't speak in behalf of everyone, but personally, I really do not feel anything at all lah. I just like,
when I
Type
first
C.
saw that comment on TikTok, right? Someone funny shit, which is that someone actually came into our TikTok account and then commented
Type C. Oh yeah.
So at first I was like, Type C. What's wrong with Type C? I was like, nothing wrong. I like Type C.
Type C cable.
Until
the charger.
yeah, I thought the cable, was like, and definitely the cable and also the content doesn't relevant at all. So I just wondering like, do I have any specific Type C cables that appeared in the video or something like that? Then afterwards only I know that
it's because Chinese.
it refers to Chinese. But then to me, to be honest, personally, I don't felt offended. I just felt funny. And also I feel very smart how they designed it for us. Yeah.
And then another thing that happened in May, which is our national footballer, he was being splashed with acid on May 5th. And then he suffered from like 4th degree burn and he was in the ICU for about 10 days.
For the football fans in Malaysia, definitely know this incident and also it actually went so much viral about it. Some netizens just sort of like, probably they are like Selangor FC supporters, they are Johor FC supporter. So they sort of putting this incident into a little bit more complicated.
True.
Selangor FC and Johor FC always talangam. So yeah, so they just sort of like link each other in a way. Okay, so after May, we move on. April, May doesn't seem to be happy. But then like come to June, we have something interesting.
Very happy. Specifically happens in Malacca. Yeah.
Wow.
So the China actress, do you know Fan Bingbing?
Do you know who is Fan Bingbing?
No, right? Before she comes.
I'm really sorry to her fans, but I don't know.
Yeah, so this China film star Fan Bingbing. So she came to visit Malacca and it's because she was appointed to become the Malacca tourism ambassador. And I saw news that our Agong also went to welcome her like on the spot. If I'm not mistaken. And because of her, right, she brings in a lot of tourists, especially from China.
Yeah. As of like, I think last month, I went because like my family used to stay in Malacca. So I went to Malacca to visit one of my relatives. Have you went to Malacca before? The Jonker Street?
I used to stay in Malacca also.
Oh, you used to stay in Malacca as well?
Yeah.
Like the historic area?
Yeah.
The Red House?
The Pandai Hilir.
And then like the Jonker Street. I think they were once kind of a bit
Like Dead Town.
dead town, like even like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or even the weekend, it's just like not much of people. Last month I went back, I was just trying to cross the historical town there, right? It took me 45 minutes to cross that particular
Wow.
short street, which is usually be like, Taman Laksamana there.
You drove?
Yeah, I drove. So usually like from the town to the Taman Laksamana, the Kota Laksamana, right? It's just probably like 10 minutes. It took me 45 minutes just to cross there. So that is how Fan Ping Ping, they say the Fan Ping Ping impact. Yeah.
But what do you think when she came to Malacca? I mean, since you live in Malacca before, what's your first thought? Or you be like, oh, just like
I mean,
that?
I can imagine the huge crowd.
I mean, just like as usual, as a Penang people, they will say, please don't come to Penang, please don't come to Penang.
Oh,
Yeah.
too many people.
Yeah. All right. So definitely June, we have something nice, which is also basically driving up the tourism industry in Malacca. Then now when it comes to July,
Okay.
wow, this one also another.
Upcoming is July. It's the terrific tragedy. So I believe this is a much awaited news for those who following this case. So finally, the abusers were given death penalty from the Court of Appeal. So as we all know, this terrific tragedy happened in 2017, where Zulfahan was being accused of stealing one of the abuser's laptop. Then the abusers tortured him, including using hot steam iron to press on his body, causing him to death. So yeah, this is the Zulfahan's school bully case in UPNM. This is very much caught a lot of attention in 2017, and I would say it's a very terrific
finally,
tragedy.
after 7 years, there's a justice.
After 7 years.
Yeah.
This case we previously in our previous one of the
Podcast,
episode school bullying, we also touch about it a little bit lah. So like what you mentioned, it's a news that a lot of people has been waiting, and just finally it's come to it.
Especially to the
parents,
the victims'
the victims' parents.
Yeah.
So another tragedy. Influencer dies after being targeted by cyberbullying. So a social media influencer, or also known as Aisha, was found dead in an apparent suicide on July 5th. So this incident occurred a day after she filed a police report about the online threats, where she named 2 people in her police report, alleging that they were tormenting her by trolling her on social media platform.
This cyberbullying case, it's not a new thing.
It's not something new. It's actually ongoing every time.
But I doesn't seem to have like seen any enforcement or any law.
But I think because of this incident, our law enforcer also actually introduced new cyberbullying laws for this.
So her death has brought significant attention to social media users, and prompted Putrajaya to introduce new cyberbullying laws. So as just now.
Like I follow this particular news, right? And one of the bullier actually, when she walks out from the court, right? I can see that she didn't even feel like sorry or even
No regret, no
no
remorse.
regret at all. So, wow, that's how scary this cyberbully is. Yeah. Okay. So now let's
Moving on
August.
to August, another tragedy.
What's wrong with Malaysia in 2024?
Hey, we are not purposely picking out all these. Yeah, things are not nice, but then it really that got caught attention to the world.
Okay, so another tragedy in August. An Indian tourist falls into sinkhole. So a sinkhole approximately 8 meters deep near Jalan Masjid India in Kuala Lumpur swallowed 48-year-old Indian tourist D. Vijaya Lakshmi on August 23rd. So how deep is 8 meters?
How many?
How deep is 8 meters?
How many floors tall?
I mean, I saw the video because until now they
still couldn't find
missing.
her.
Yeah, still undiscovered. So even though like our rescue team that carry out,
they carry out like 9 to 10 days before they call off because they cannot find the.
Because they can't go dig deeper anymore. It will affect the rest of the building surrounding.
Correct. So this is still remain unknown.
So till today, she's reported still missing since.
Yeah.
But then for August, other than this one,
Yeah.
we still have a very good
have-
news lah.
Yeah. So for August also, I think a very much happy news for the worldwide recognition. So we have Paris Olympic 2024. So yeah, applause. So Malaysia won 2 bronze medals from badminton double, Aaron Chia and So Woo Yi, and men's single Li Zi.
Yeah. Our
You know, like
only two medals.
the game for Aaron Chia and also Zoe during the men double, right? It was at night. I mean, the match is actually at night. And
Yes.
the moment they won that particular match, right, I heard across the road, the entire freaking building, right, was shouting, celebrating.
There was one viral video. I believe it's a mall in Klang Valley. So people watch the
game.
the live game session right on the TV. I think the electronic outlet. So they watch all together there.
Yeah.
People who are eating, people who were just walking around, just stop for that moment and celebrate it.
Yeah, not just for Aaron Chan and Zoe, yeah, but Li Zijia one also same.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
this
For
one
Li
was the
Zijia's
same.
game, I was watching in my house, and then the moment when he game, right, what say the whole building, entire
Yeah.
building was freaking shouting, right?
Yeah. So
So
there is like something.
It's a worldwide celebration.
Mm.
Yeah, so after the Olympic, when it comes to September, we have the Paralympic.
Olympics.
Yes.
So Paralympic, we, as usual,
Oi,
we
shit.
have Charlie Hao, our men's single SU5 categories, who won the gold medal for badminton. And then we have powerlifting, men's 72 kg, which is Bonnie Bunyao.
Mm.
And then we have also gold medal, then followed by silver medals, which is basically our Muhammad Jihad, Abdul Latif, and also Eddie Bernard for the bronze in men T44 100 meter. So basically, another
medals.
legacy, another legendary results for Malaysia Paralympic team.
5 medals in total, and we specifically talk about this Paralympic in our previous episode. For those who are interested, you can look back the video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then move on to October, the iconic Standard Chartered run. You know why I specifically remember Standard Chartered run, right? Is because basically on the same day itself, we have another production, which is basically we actually took part in one of the charity run, which is called as Sunstrong Entertainment UMMC Pink Run. So it's actually a contribution to the breast cancer awareness, which is hosted by University Malaya. And then on the October itself, is another good news for people that running business, for certain people, the netizens like us, which is basically our Prime Minister, Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, actually announced the budget 2025. Some people happy, some people not happy, some people angry. Well, yeah, lor.
Mixed feelings
Mixed
as
feeling.
usual.
But then we still have to accept it. And then
The next month,
November, just only last month.
yeah, my month. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, sadly, another tragic again. Because if you guys remember, November it's the month where a lot of accidents that involve lorry specifically that happens. So one of the notable one is the tragedy that happens way back in Penang, my hometown. Is that the container detached from a lorry and crashed a 21 years old girl Li Ziro at the traffic light intersection. So she was directly declared dead at the scene.
Yep.
And why is this incident so
Heartbreaking.
hot? I mean, heartbreaking, yeah, and hot is because the lorry driver, when he was arrested and charged in a court, right? He was like flashing a sign with his finger that like sparks the public's rage.
Yeah, some people say that he don't ever felt sorry or even just.
Yeah, I'm like, what's wrong with the people nowadays? Like you killed someone and then yet you didn't feel any sorry. Oh, wow.
They, even like some news or some clips that the netizens have put out on social medias, right? Even the moment during that incident, right, he was just sitting at the driver's seat, like the lorry driver's seat, like it as it's like nothing to do with him. Yeah, so
There's a lot of lorry accident case like that. Kind of haunts a lot of people that not dare to go close to the lorry anymore.
yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so November, then December,
So,
which
yeah, finally December 2024. So December is
Every year the same lah.
the same about the flood.
Flood
Yeah.
everywhere.
But we cannot comment anything because it's natural disaster.
Mm.
And I believe right now is the second wave in East Coast. So we hope that our brothers and sisters baik-baik saja.
And you know, one of my friend from Terengganu, right? I mean, this is one of my old friend that I met in Pulapo, Pusat Latihan Police. So every year when it come to December, he will just piss you, as in like, you know, people will say, when we come to December, it will be flood, people will be worrying, right? He will be just piss you. So what he did this year, right, is that basically he bought himself a kayak, and during the flood, he kayak. And he even posted on his social media and telling us, hey, I'm still baik. So now I'm enjoying kayak without worrying about anything.
It's like so used to it, or he's already make fun of his the current situation.
I think me myself, I experienced being trapped in the flood for quite a few times. So you imagine you open the door, and people using not the kayak, like the perahu, crossing from your house. Like I think it's an old man. Like he went from his house, which is next to mine, I believe. So he just and also you just open the door and see the ocean and the perahu.
The ocean. Open the door, see the ocean.
What was that kind of feeling when you first trapped in such flood?
For me myself, I felt mixed feelings. First, you will think that it's so tiring because you need to clean up everything,
up the house.
But I think the teamwork, because
people
every year we can see that more and more people gradually helping people, those who affected. Like we can see the many influencers and many people from everywhere. Like they help people
to overcome this incident. Yeah. So
but the flood itself, I think 5 times or 6 times.
Oh my God.
The only time I was caught in flood is during primary school.
Like my family, we moved to another house, also affected by the flood.
So can I say is like this is affected the entire state? From where you stand?
I believe it's in 2014. If you
that is the most scariest one.
Scariest. I think my house was considered. I mean, before I moved to another house, my previous house was considered already in higher
position.
Yeah, position. But
anyhow, it's still
can be
affected
also.
Yeah, because I remember the 2014 incident is why do I remember that? It's because my dad owns a speedboat. So basically, he and his kawan those like fishing kaki, right? They actually drag all their speedboat to East Coast to actually join in for the rescue. Yeah.
Abang Viva.
Abang Viva. Yeah.
Oh, suddenly I remember.
Yeah, Abang Viva.
And I remember in 2014, I can hear the helicopter.
Oh.
Like I think it's from
rescue.
Any pembadanan.
The rescue bomb.
Yeah. He gave us a lot of
support.
Like the beras, the necessary items for the flood.
Yeah, still, even though it's natural disaster we can't control, but then still we can see the love of people coming together as a nation.
For December, right, I want to add on another one which is very, very recent one. So now the badminton is playing the final world tour ma. So the recent controversy is that our men's single player Li Zhijia, his jersey, national flag got printed upside down.
The Jalur Gemilang got printed out. The balik.
Yeah, and the sponsor,
the
brand sponsor, they apologized for this mistake. But I'm like,
no comment.
Yeah, but a lot of people are scolding Li Zhijia but which I don't understand because if I'm the player, I've been sponsored by this brand for so long time. When I get the jersey I won't purposely go and check or what. Of course, I'll just take. And then when I'm on court, then I want to change because we have the time limit for the rest time. So just quickly change and just quickly go on court. Like, I don't know why people are attacking him.
I mean, haters being haters, I would say they attack him for
So people were attacking Dizija or the brand?
both.
both. But then people attack Li Zijia more because basically haters being haters. I mean, anyhow, people still attack him.
I mean, at this point, even he only drink the water, people will say the bad thing.
Yeah, pity him. Anyway, anyhow, the brand also actually do public apologize to the public. Yeah. So hopefully our Jalur Gemilang don't terbalik again.
Yeah, so that's all for our top 12 news that happens in Malaysia 2024.
Yeah. So hopefully 2025 it will be more interesting and also more fun.
Yeah.
Right.
This is also our last episode of Nasi Lemak Podcast in 2024.
Okay, so if you have any other interesting news or even facts that you want to share with us for 2024 or even for your personal or even something that we could miss out, do share with us in the comment area and we will see you next year,
See you next year.
2025. Thank you.